Oh, sorry. I forgot your family is mega broke. You look like you haven't even traveled in this country. I feel bad for broke families like yours. Wanna go with me? What? The president was raving about the subquests you wrote for the fake company.
Really? My name is Rand Suzaki, 25. I'm a game designer at a video game company called Noir Pixel Games. Our company produces a lot of hit RPGs, including Sky, Zero, Blue, Flash, and Onyx, which make up the Celestial series. On this day, I was at a party of about 20 people in different fields.
Hey, the two game designers can't stick together the whole time at this social.
It was Karin who interrupted us. She did tasks outside of development like running events.
Oh yeah, get this. I'm thinking about using my PTO to go to France. Ooh, that's nice. I went when I turned 20 and I learned a lot. Right? Nurturing the senses is everything in this job. Are you not gonna visit any other countries? Oh, sorry. I forgot your family is mega broke.
This is what I don't like about her. It was true that my family was poor. My parents got married young as students. We couldn't afford luxuries.
You look like you haven't even traveled in this country. I feel bad for broke families like yours. My daddy is an investor and he's rich, so we've traveled every year. I guess I could take... Wanna go with me? What?
This is Mitsuki Narumiya. She's a game designer that's 4 years older than me. I mainly worked on subquest stories, but she was in charge of the main stories. She was a reliable senior, and annoyingly, I had some feelings for her.
As you know, one of our strengths is a very developed world with realistic NPCs. But if the creator of that world has a narrow view of the world, they'll hit a wall one day.
Mitsuki was serious, but I couldn't keep up. Thank you. It's true. I've never been outside of the country before.
Don't worry. I'll choose a place where we can save some money. I have a place in mind. My friend can help us so we don't need a travel agency. But wait a minute. You must be joking, right? There's no way Miss Narumiya and Suzaki would go on a trip together. Oh? But it's none of your business, is it? First of all, I don't commend your behavior just now. It was so lacking in respect. This is a casual space, but that's not allowed. You should apologize to him. I'm sorry.
In an instant, Mitsuki's voice sharpened. Karin was overpowered. She bowed her head at me reluctantly. After that, things progressed. Mitsuki and I were going on a 3-night trip to Serbia.
There are no direct flights, so we have a layover in Qatar.
Serbia is located in the Balkan Peninsula. It used to be part of Yugoslavia. Honestly, I didn't know much about it, but Mitsuki said her friend would help us out. The flight was 200,000 yen round trip, so it wasn't cheap, but I didn't have to pay for lodging or travel agencies.
It might be nerve-wracking to go to Europe for your first trip, but you should go somewhere far when you're young.
2 months after that, we landed at the Nikola Tesla Airport in the Serbian capital of Belgrade. A woman came to pick us up.
Natasha! Long time no see. I'm so happy to see you again. Me too, Mitsuki. It's like a dream come true that I get to show you around Serbia.
Her name was Natasha Stojanovic. She was 2 years younger than Mitsuki. She started studying Japanese in university after growing interested in Japanese classic literature and culture. Now, she was native level. We drove through Belgrade to get to Natasha's house. Wow. I had only ever seen the classic architecture and high-rise buildings in pictures. My first foreign country, the capital of this European country, was breathtaking.
Belgrade is currently developing rapidly, driven by massive investment from China and the EU, and the entry of US tech companies. Plus, there are expectations of future EU membership. But that's just part of it. There is a massive wealth gap and only a handful are rich. Young people have to go to other countries to work and send money to their families. That hasn't changed. But the cost of living keeps getting closer to the European average. We're still on the cheaper end, though. Sorry, I shouldn't have talked about something so gloomy to my guests.
No, don't worry about it. I feel like every country has its struggles. I learned something valuable.
That's good then. Enjoy yourselves here. As someone who's lived here for 27 years, I guarantee you it's a great country. Also, Japanese people are welcome here. When Serbia was exhausted due to conflicts and economic sanctions, Japan sent us free buses. The yellow buses are called Japanik, which means Japanese person. As repayment, Serbia was the first European country to take action after the Great East Japan earthquake. For a moment, they donated the most money in Europe.
I see. I'm ashamed to say I had no idea. As a Japanese person, let me say thank you. Natasha laughed and said they didn't do much. Immediately, I felt a kinship towards Serbia. On our first day, we went around the central tourist spots in Belgrade. On our second day, Natasha wanted to take us to a village. Javeli. We were welcomed by the locals with a waterside barbecue. Javeli means cheers in Serbian. Apparently, you're only a man once you can drink something called rakia.
Suzaki?
Time flies when you're having fun. On our last day in Serbia, Mitski and I walked around the oldest area in Serbia, called Kozenčep Benec. Natasha had to help out her family. She said she would drive us when we had to go to the airport. Miss Narumia, why do you take such good care of me? You even prepared this opportunity for me to travel abroad.
Huh. I started thinking about you during your employment interview.
Yes. The reason I chose this company is because I played the Celestial Zero. At the time, the current president and Mitski had interviewed me. The president had taken over the current position at 30 and created the foundation for the current noir pixel games with the Celestial series. Mitski had been a top game designer since back then. I looked up to both of them. I was super excited to be there. I can't talk enough about how great Zero is. The exciting classic storyline that's almost cheesy. The music with the intense battles and unforgettable scenes. And the NPCs that make you feel like they really live there. That's why I want to work on the sub-stories. Blah, blah, blah.
I can tell you're passionate.
You've got a lot of energy. It's like I'm looking at my younger self.
I can tell he's motivated, but his reasons are somewhat cliché. Also, have you not played any series other than Zero?
It wasn't a strange question. After Zero, there was a continued story called Celestial Blue. The main attraction of the Celestial series is that the main characters of each game are connected. It's made so that once you play one game, you want to play the next. I'm embarrassed to say that my family is really poor. My father works in a factory, and my mother works part-time. They have 3 kids, including me and my 2 younger sisters. It's not like we couldn't afford anything, but my sisters were so cute following me around all the time. So I would tell my parents to get them things they would like if they were going to buy anything. I've held back. When I was in middle school, my father bought me my first game. That was Celestial Zero. He had noticed that I was interested in it when my friend from school came over with their copy. At the time, video games in itself was fascinating to me. In high school, I had to study for entrance exams. In college, I worked part-time, but I had my hands full with tuition and living expenses. So Celestial Zero is the only game I've ever played. I couldn't buy the other games, so all I could do was imagine the rest of the story. But that became the reason I started wanting to create stories. I'm truly grateful for your company, and my father.
I see. Thank you for telling us. Do you remember the last thing you said to us in your interview?
Yes, of course. Now that I think about it, I'm embarrassed. If I get to work at your company, I want to buy Celestial Blue with my first paycheck.
I was trying so hard not to laugh back then.
You're laughing so hard right now, though.
I was able to realize something when you said that. Even if it's just one of many games for us, it's not like that for the players. That one game changed your life and brought you there. I had forgotten that important fact at one point. I'm grateful to you for reminding me. I respect you as a creator. As a man, I'm looking forward to your growth.
Miss Narumiya, please go easy on me.
Take care, you two. Next time will be when I go to Japan, probably.
Mitsuki and I were saying our goodbyes to Natasha.
Of course, you're always welcome.
Thank you, Natasha. I'm glad my first trip outside the country was Serbia.
I'm happy to hear that. A lot of people in Japan don't know about Serbia, and we don't get many tourists.
I'll tell everyone when I go back about how wonderful it is. Like that, I left Serbia. 3 nights, 5 days. That's all it was, but it changed my view of the world forever. I was still jet-lagged on my first day back to work. I was surprised to see who was talking to each other.
I'm surprised. I never thought you'd invite me anywhere. I look up to you, so I've always wanted to talk with just the two of us.
It was Karin and Mitsuki. Karin had asked Mitsuki to have lunch at a cafe.
Also, the fan meeting is in a week. I'm an MC this year, so I wanted to get it closer to everyone making an appearance. I'm honored, but Miss Ishiki, you don't like me, do you?
Like a cracking glass, Karin's face froze.
Huh? What are you talking about? No way. You like Suzaki, don't you? So you see me as your enemy. My guess is you want to know about the trip I took with him.
The two of them kept smiling at each other. A few seconds later, it was Karin that looked away first.
Fine. I'll warn you because I'm nice. If 2 team members date and break up, it'll be terrible after. Also, you must have had so many options. Suzaki isn't someone you would risk your position to be with. So why did you bow out? If anything, I can ask my father to arrange a date. What a waste of time.
Mitsuki stood up before Karin finished talking.
Let me be clear. I like Suzaki. You don't have the right to say anything to me. How about you? You're grown. Why don't you fight with honor instead of acting like a child? Huh?
Mitsuki tried to leave, but seemed to realize something.
Oh, I forgot to say this. That time, I thought you might ask Suzaki on a trip, so I quickly cut in. You little... You didn't know? I'm quite petty.
Karin looked so upset you could almost hear her grinding her teeth. Mitsuki paid her tab and left. A week later, we had a fan meeting for Noir Pixel Games. It was the game I had dedicated my life to, Celestial Zero. This event was to celebrate the release of the remake. The voice actors and the creators, including Mitsuki and me, were here.
The voice actors know how to talk. They know how to grab people's attention. And they're able to act foolish in a comedic way, too.
Obviously, we didn't have the talking skills that the voice actors did. After they finished, we talked about topics prepared by MC Karin and answered questions.
Okay, thank you to all the voice actors. I wouldn't be overstating it if I said that Celestial Zero is the game I played the most when I was a kid. I'm very emotional that it's going to be remade and re-released.
You've said before that you've only ever played Mario and Pokemon.
Now that the talking portion is over, let's move on to the questions. But before that, we're inviting one more person to the stage. The young ace in charge of the sub-stories of the Celestial series, Ron Suzaki.
What? The words slipped out of me. Everyone looked at me, and suddenly the room was filled with applause.
Here, Mr. Suzaki. What are you doing? Everyone's waiting.
Karin smiled playfully and came over to me. She was definitely up to something.
If he embarrasses himself here, Miss Narumiya will get the ick. Then, if I just comfort him...
This was obviously the wrong tactic, but she was unable to see that. Hey, I wasn't told about this.
Isn't just a bit of ad-libbing? You don't get that? Miss Narumiya did this at the last event.
Mitsuki did appear at the last event, but she was an eloquent speaker, and she had a lot of fans due to her history and looks. Of course, the topics were decided beforehand. There's no way an amateur like me could talk for over 30 minutes. But the crowd was buzzing. I had to go. I would complain to Karin later. I took the mic and headed to the center of the stage.
Everyone, please give him a warm round of applause. Ron Suzaki.
The people here today are like my past self. This was a once-in-a-lifetime event for them. I worked behind the scenes. Still, I want the guests to create great memories here. My name is Ron Suzaki. I'm one of the game designers. So, I started talking. I was still confused, but my mouth moved faster than I could think. Honestly, I don't know what I should talk about yet. Actually, I'd never played anything other than Celestial Zero until I started working here. Naturally, I started talking about myself. I don't know how many times, how many hours, I've played it since middle school. I lied. I do know, but I think you'll all judge me, so I won't say. There was a little laughter. I felt less nervous. I'm sure you all know as much as I do what makes the game great. Why it remains in our hearts after being released so long ago. I think it's because there's another life there, different from the one you're living. The other day, I went abroad for the first time with a coworker to expand my horizons. I went to Serbia. There were so many places that were genuinely happy that I had come from Japan. They insisted we didn't need to pay. When I visited a village, I linked arms with strangers and drank with them. Apparently, you're only a man in Serbia once you can drink an alcoholic drink called rakia, but I think it's still a bit tough for me. I can't speak English like my coworker can, but my heart felt warm just being there. I always felt like people from foreign countries were so different from me, but with this trip, I learned that no matter where you go, people are living there. Even if you're strangers the day before, you can become friends today. Of course, there are differences in nationalities and cultures, but when you become friends, you just have to see each other as people. It's a bit scattered, but there is another world beyond the sea. My job is to create that in these games. It's like creating another world. I take pride in this job. When I bowed my head, the room burst into applause.
No way! Did it not go as planned? Huh? You tried to trap and insult the guy you like. You don't even have the courage to face him. You're just a coward. What? Am I wrong? Wearing designer brands and bragging about being rich, isn't it because you aren't confident in yourself?
Mitsuki whispered this to her and took the mic. What happened afterward? The event was a success, but Karin's actions were seen as harassment. Her salary was cut. She was standing in front of me on my way home from work. What did you just say?
I said I like you!
Even though I got a job as a game designer, I'd only played one game. It was because I was poor. When I first started, I stood out in a bad way. She thought she could make fun of a funny guy like me. But she said she fell for me at some point. I understand, but I can't accept. There's someone else.
Is it Miss Narumiya? You shouldn't go for her. Even if you're lucky enough to date her, being with someone who's out of your league is tough.
I don't care if she's out of my league. I just have to work hard to get there. Also, if you do like me, that means you said terrible things to someone you like, and you tried to trap him. That's not okay as a person, let alone as a romantic partner. I don't think I can even like you as a person. Soon after, Karin left the company. No one knows where she is now.
I'm going to Japan in December. My boyfriend's coming with me. We're spending New Year's there. Really? Oh, I'm so happy to hear that.
As for Mitsuki and me, we were at a cafe receiving happy news from Natasha. You're coming to Tokyo, right? I want to thank you for last time.
Of course. But you two have to define your relationship before I get there. Why don't you say something like, I must have you? Aren't Japanese men aware and naturally flirty?
That's just a few of the characters in games and Love Koi.
Well, see you soon. Good luck either way.
She hung up the video call. My face got hot.
So, is Suzaki going to have me then?
I wanted to tell you this in a cooler way, but Mitsuki Narumiya?
Yes? What is it, Ron Suzaki?
I've had feelings for you for a long time. I won't say right now. Please, consider me. I'll become a man worthy of you. A world is made up of the people who live there. Countries are nothing without people.
I already see you as a very attractive man. I like you too, Ron.
In the grand scheme of things, Compared to the worlds you find in games, my story may not be what you reach for. Still, the place I'm in now is surrounded by a soft glow.
Alright, first of all, don't yell at me for my accent, okay? I can't do Russian. I was put on the spot. So I hope you enjoyed that weird accent that was sort of French, but not all the way. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!